Go with a regional matchup here at Hudson High School. We have the visiting Stevens Point Area High School, the SPASH Panthers in white, playing from right to left on your screen, taking on the hometown Hudson Raiders in blue, playing from left to right. Had about close to an hour delay due to lightning, predominantly some heavy downpours here in the Hudson area too in the last hour or so. So radar looks good to get this match in now. There's Nevaeh Tillman coming down, cutting back in for the Raiders, trying to put it across, but nobody home for the Raiders, and the Panthers are going to push it up. Looks like they're going to try to take some advantage, see if they've got a speed advantage or not, but Maggie McConnell handles that real well. Raiders defense moves it around. Tillman comes back for that ball, and Raiders a little rusty on the ball there, but a foul on SPASH is going to give the Raiders a kick, and they can reset here. Last week of school here in Hudson for seniors, and getting close to the end of the year for everybody else. Raiders getting it in there, disrupted by the Panthers. They've come out playing a bit strong. Again, they're going to try to kick it up and see what happens, is the way it's looking right now. Raiders with the throw. Hannah Huntley will take it. A little bit of a threat there from Stevens Point. Raiders kind of playing a little bit timid here in the beginning. Need to fire it up. Big throw here by Stevens Point. Olivia Petty with the take. Gets it over to Ransonici. Spreads it out to Tillman. It's a little out of reach, and that, yeah, Tillman's able to keep it in. Using her speed, she keeps it up. Gets a nice left-footed cross on. Oh, that was right where they wanted it, but nobody home. So really a great left-footed play at a full speed. Raiders end up with a corner kick out of this play. Looks like Grace Lewis and Maggie McConnell teaming up in the corner. They're going to do a little quick pass in and then see what they can do. It's a nice play there. McConnell's got to put something on this. She sends it in. And the Raiders get a goal. Looks like Olivia Petty. That's a goal for your Raiders. Number 24, Olivia Petty. So at about the 4-minute mark, Olivia Petty, ball kind of bouncing around a bit, uses her height and heads that ball in very nicely, and the Raiders take an early 1-0 lead. It's Riley White taking it out, sending it out far to Sophia Nault, and a little offsides called. Guess that's on Stubendick. that was close, but kind of depends when the ball is kicked. Sometimes you don't focus on who the offsides is on until well after the ball is kicked, but the offsides is actually right when the ball is kicked. The Raiders are trying to work it up the middle. Ransonici got dumped there, but pops back up. Tillman's fighting it out in the corner again, and she's going to get to this one. Puts another nice little left-footed cross, but a little too tight to the goal. That ball needed to be either a little higher or a little more out than it was, but for a left-footed attempt, that's pretty good by Tillman. Two good runs by her up the left side there. SPASH going for try to kick it big up the field, but Raiders mids are there to take it. Riley White with a nice takeaway over to Stubendick. Ellie puts it in the corner. Sophia Nault kicks that ball out. Sophia's playing more in the middle this game. Haven't seen a lot of that this year. Stubendick with the throw. Plays a little bouncer. Ransonici's going to get on that one. Oop, Riley White kind of took a weird hop on her. Hannah Huntley's chasing it down now. Tries to do a quick turn, but kicks it out of bounds, and that'll be a Panthers throw-in. Referee's directing the throw to come up the field a bit, and here we go. Stubendick brings it back to McConnell. It's like the Raiders have maybe changed formations a bit. Tillman's now back on defense. Ransonici now out wide on the left. Sending up deep up comes Stubendick. Who's going to get there? Goalie is going to get there. Gathered in by Alexis Torhorst of the Panthers, who's going to give it a punt. Comes a run by the Panthers. It's about the deepest they've had it in Hudson territory. McConnell with a nice chest trap there. Goes for the clear, but doesn't get quite enough on it with the left foot. Good disruption there by Riley White. Gets it to Petty. Slipping it over to Grace Lewis. Good play by Grace Lewis there. She's going to try to push it up the middle now. Panthers get a clear, but quickly pressured by the Raiders. Riley White kicking it to space, but nobody there. Going to call foul on Armano Ransonici there. Little extra hard hit on that challenge. Be a Panthers kick. Olivia Petty settling it, getting out wide to Stubendick. Navia Tillman taking it back on defense. Be a quick throw in here for the Raiders. Another throw in here for Tillman. McConnell slips that ball over to Riley White, who's going to bring it back to Hannah Huntley and up to Stubendick. Manages to save a throw in there, and Allie will take the throw. Olivia Petty carrying it through, slips it through. That's a nice pass there. Ooh, good play by Stevens Point. I didn't think they would close on that, but the angle up here maybe wasn't quite as strong as I thought it was. But the Raiders now with another corner kick. Their first corner kick attempt was a goal, so Raiders will try to replicate that. Again, playing the little two-man game in the corner there. Stevens Point kind of sniffed it out that time. They weren't going to get fooled again, and able to disrupt that one. Raiders either needed to get that ball kicked in towards the goal faster than they did, or just chip it in. It's a big strike. Whoa. Petty with a big strike there. Nicely shot, but goalkeeper for Stevens Point makes a nice save, hitting that ball up over the crossbar. And the Raiders have another corner kick here. Grace Lewis setting up with Maggie McConnell to take that kick again. They may play the two-person game over there in the corner again, or maybe kick. Nope, they're going to do it. This time, Grace Lewis is going to keep it and slip it through. Whoa. Into a lot of traffic, and some of that ball ended up at the goalkeeper, who made a nice save amid a lot of bodies and chaos. Olivia Petty now again with the ball in the middle, slipping it over to Grace Lewis. A little too much angle on that. Stevens Point's going to let her go all the way out of bounds, and they'll get a throw in. There's the throw for the Panthers. There's Sophia Nault cutting it back. A nice play there. Really nice setup for Grace Lewis to chip that ball in. Nobody home. Ransonici gets a quick turn, and then Stubendick gets a shot in, but not enough to score on that one. Looks like we have a substitution here. And 22. In for the Panthers, number 2, Allison Warzella. And in for the Raiders, number 22, Natalie Ramthen. Shot by the Raiders goes high and will be a goal kick this time for the Panthers. We've had pretty dominant play by the Raiders here in the first 13 minutes of the match, probably about 95% of possession in the Panthers side of the field. But the score stays tight at 1-0. Ellie Stubendick playing some defense from behind. Panthers able to get the turn, but not a very accurate pass due to that pressure. There's Lewis with some pressure. Raiders get a shot off. That was Kylie Lewis. Puts a left-footed shot on. Probably not quite what she wanted, and it's going to be a goal kick for the Panthers. Really great to have these turf fields on a night like this. The rain that came down the hour and a half, 2 hours before the match would leave a traditional field pretty wet. These fields, quick play by the Raiders. He sneaks it in, but just kind of an off-balanced cross-type shot that sometimes gets lucky and goes in, and that just missed the crossbar. So the Panthers will get another goal kick here. Hudson Raiders were the Big Rivers Conference champions, therefore hosting this match and possible other matches depending on the outcome of this game. Now that we are in the regional playoffs, some different rules do apply. In for the Raiders, number 7, Kalen Cook. Kalen Cook is he's a name not called much on the varsity this year, and so in these regional situations, coaches bring players up, and Kalen probably is brought up and is getting some playing time, so coach can see how she's performing with the team. So good to see Kalen on the field. Raiders get another corner kick here. Grace Lewis setting up alone, which pretty much means you're going to see a traditional kick. Rampton heading over to try to set up some sort of misdirection. So now they got the two-person game going, but Lewis puts a nice cross on. Goalkeeper played that very well. And, off the post. Wow, what a play. Grace Lewis right there. Grace Lewis has been so close so many times on plays like that. Another corner kick. Lewis and Rampton in the corner. That's a little too tight into the goal and a little short, but Navia Tillman there sets that up. A little bit of a collision. Seemed a little incidental, but still called, and middle of the field, so not much damage either way on a call like that. Referee giving a little warning to the Stevens Point coach, who was getting a little vocal. Often in soccer, it's easy to get caught up in the immediate situation, but referees like to wait for what they call advantage sometimes to see what transpires after a play, because if your team is in possession and has been fouled, but you have a good opportunity to advance the ball, they're going to let you play that out and not call the foul every time. So SPASH with a little free kick here, but Hannah Kendhammer really nicely pulls that ball just purely out of the air, sure-handed, nice play, and a big kick. It's a high one, maybe a little higher than she wanted. Number 11, Armana Ransanichi, back in the game for the Raiders. Kalen Cook with the throw. Sophia Nault pressuring on D. And the Panthers kick that ball out of bounds. Kalen Cook with the throw. Gets it into Olivia Petty with a nice nifty little foot move there. Brings it back to Riley White. Sends it over to Navia Tillman, wide open in space. Nice little passing sequence there by the Raiders. Tillman with a cut in, brings it back to Riley White. He's going to try to thread the needle up the middle, and kicked out by the Panthers. Grace Lewis with a hard low cross. Gets a second chance, gets it up a little more. Lots of left-footed opportunities here for the Raiders. Oof. It's a nice play. Natalie Ramthen, she actually got to really set that up and got to put a good shot on it, but the Panthers goalkeeper played that pretty well. So Raiders defense holds strong and gets that ball back into the Panthers half of the field. Kaylin Cook with the ball, challenged off of the Panthers, so Cook will have the throw here. Another Raiders throw. And another Raiders corner kick, this time from the near side. Maggie McConnell gearing up for that with Natalie Ramthen. And that ball sails to the right and out of bounds, and it'll be a Stevens Point goal kick. In for the Panthers, number 17, Jocelyn Zabowski, and number 29, Elena Masala. Oops. Ball girls gave gave the throw a little bit off target there, but Kaylin Cook gathers it up, throws it in quickly, gathers it back, and now it's going to be a Panthers throw. We're now about 22 minutes into the match and into the first half. Raiders of Hudson and Blue are ahead 1-0 on a really nice corner kick score in the match by Olivia Petty. The header was a great goal. Temperatures have cooled off. There's a breeze blowing here in the stadium, but very pleasant temperatures for a soccer match tonight. No need to have the air conditioning on here tonight. Might need a blanket even. Raiders pushing the ball up. So in this regional play now, this is a elimination tournament basically left here in the region to go to the state tournament, and so if a game ends in a tie, the teams will play 2 10-minute overtime periods. Allie Stubendick, number 16, in for the Raiders. And then after the 2 10-minute periods, which are not sudden death, those 2 10-minute periods will play in the entirety, and who's ever winning at the end of that advances. If that is still tied, then there'll be a shootout. 5 shots per side, repeated until one team has more goals than the other. Stubendick, or Ransanici there with the shot, wasn't really able to step into that, and then what ends up happening is you sort of inherently lean back on that shot, which if you think of a golf shot means you're going to put it high into the air and kick that ball over the goal. That's tricky there. Nice play by the goalkeeper, Alexis Torhorst of the Panthers. Ransanici got enough on that, little heat on that, but kind of bounced straight up in the air, came straight down in front of the goal, but nicely handled by Torhorst, who's actually playing quite a nice game for the Panthers right now. Here's McConnell back, putting a little move on to create space and time. It's a ball up to Stubendick, who's on the break. She sends it across. A little hot maybe, but that's a nice play. Sends it to the far corner. I know that's what Coach Solom loves is bring it in on the right side, send it to the far post and have someone crashing. And Raiders were definitely crashing that far post, but that ball had some heat on it and got there a little bit before the Raiders. So, but a nice play nonetheless. Everything there kind of the way you want it, just the timing wasn't right. Couple throwing fakes there, but there's a nice setup. Really nice setup pass by Rancinici to Petty. Not Olivia didn't quite again get that full blast on. It can be harder than it seems. It seems like you get that opportunity, you just blast it, but it is all timing. It's foot placement on a slightly wet field. It's many things that keep you from getting that ultimate high-powered shot on. Rancinici gets ahead on that corner kick. Saved in. Yep, ref said it was out or offsides, one or the other, and either way, Stevens Point will get a kick. Rancinici trying to use some moves there. Nice pass back by Rancinici. Good cross in. Oh, Lewis with a nice header. Trying to get that back on goal or in front of it. Nice play, Grace Lewis. Navia Tillman now pushing that ball up. Sending it out to Lewis again. He's going to chase it down into the corner. Gets a good pullback. Navia Tillman sending it in. That's a nice. Oh, it's a goal by Allie Stubendick. Really a great play. Goalkeeper there tries to punch it out instead of catching it, and Allie Stubendick with the goal for the Raiders. That's a goal for the Raiders. Number 16, Allie Stubendick. All right, now we have a 2-0 lead for the Raiders in blue, playing from left to right on your screen, and our ball helpers are a little aggressive tonight. The ball didn't actually go out of bounds, and they threw it to her. They're working hard. They're awfully cute, so we'll give them a break. Not exactly sure how that ends up being a kick like that for the Raiders, but had that been a goal, the Stevens Point coach may have had a valid argument, but I'm not sure what the ruling on all that is on that kind of play myself. So if you're watching this game on YouTube and you know, post it in the comments because I'm not exactly sure how you rule that. The drop ball seems to be a thing of the past. Good chase down by the Panthers. Wow, that Camille Schoenberg was all over the field. She ran about a 35-yard sprint and then another 25 yards, keeping the ball away from everybody. Raiders trying to take advantage. That ball's a little high. Rancinici gets it out to ball back in, and there's set up. Ooh, oh, Sophia Nault. Sophia's got a nose for the goal. She wants that opportunity back. That goal, though, by Stubendick was really nicely set up. A nice crossing in play. Actually, Torhorst, the goalkeeper for the Panthers, she played it well. She came out to knock that ball out with two open hands, kind of a volleyball type hit. But when you don't catch it, you give that team the opportunity the Raiders got there to if you're just going to deflect it to do something with the ball if you're there. And Ali Stubendick was right there and got a nice head on it, and that's two header goals for the Raiders tonight. So big advantage there on those plays when you can use your head at this level to score. We're now about 30 minutes into the first half, so 10 minutes left in this half. Inadvertent handball by the Panthers, going to give the Raiders a free kick. They're going to probably try to put this somewhere in the scoring area. Maggie McConnell's got a good leg, and she's going to, I'm guessing she's going to try to put it around the eye. A little bit short of the eye, but that was the trajectory. There's Ransonici chasing it down, bringing it back to McConnell, who gets it taken on a hard challenge and a little breakaway. Raiders have some speed, though. Are they going to get there in time? And do they have the left-footed shot? Stevens Point with a good opportunity. A little chase down play there, and she didn't quite know how much time she had, so I think she felt like she really needed to take that shot. She probably shot it a little bit earlier than she would have liked to have, but there you go. In for the Raiders, number 10, Kalia Heyer. Throw here by Stevens Point. And it'll be a Raiders throw by Hannah Huntley. Stubendick going long to Grace Lewis, taken by SPASH and pushed up nicely. Amelia Castleberg there for Stevens Point. Hannah Kendhammer now with the ball, punting it for the Raiders. There's a really nice kick, over half the field long. That's a great distance and placement there. Head back to a little quick bouncing ricochet there. Somewhere we missed, the Caitlin Loomis entered the game for the Raiders, so welcome to the match, Caitlin. Number 5 for the Raiders. Ball comes back to Maggie McConnell, gets a big boot on. We have a lively crew watching the match here of about 60-some people, probably from all over the country watching this playoff match. So please feel free to enter into the chat where you're watching and who you are watching here, if there's a special someone or if you're just a Raiders fan. Always fun to see who's out there watching us on the YouTube channel. Some of you might be watching on Facebook. I don't have that up and running, but always love to see who's out there and who you're watching, even if it's Stevens Point. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Big kick here for Stevens Point. And the Raiders are able to clear that ball. Grace Lewis trying to head it over to Rancinici. Gets it done successfully. Rancinici's going to try to thread that needle. There's Kalia Heyer coming in hard. Little collision. Goes off of... Looks like they're calling a corner kick for the Raiders. Kalia Heyer and Grace Lewis heading to the corner. See if they can play a little mischief in the corner here to see if they can misdirect a little bit or take the big kick. Going for the big kick this time. Big punch out by the goalkeeper for Stevens Point. Nice play. Good to be aggressive on that and leave no doubt about it. It was a big hit on Allie Stubendick. No foul called. Riley White taking that ball down. Resetting. Sending it over to, that was Kylie Newis who gets it back up to, it's now in Kalia Heyer's hand out wide. Who's going to bring it back to Newis. He's going to send it in to Riley White. He's going to get it over to Stubendick. Brings it back to White, who's now going to try to get it up the middle to Grace Lewis. Sends it out wide to Heyer. Now we get the big cross in. Little spinning clear there, and the Raiders get a big boot on there. It's pretty long, though. It's about a 35-yard play with at an angle, so more like 40 yards. Easily handled by the Stevens Point goalkeeper. We're now down to about 4 minutes in the half. Spash again with a little breakaway here. See if they can do something. Get a sneaky cross in. Nice run and play by Stevens Point there, and Raiders are disrupting that. Quick throw by Stevens Point. Inadvertent handball on number 23. That's Amara Porter. I just had a couple of those, unfortunately. Sometimes that bouncy ball just gets you. Grace Lewis in the center there. Tries to get it out to Stubendick, but kind of took a mean hop on Lewis right before she was going to kick it. So Stevens Point with another throw. Pressured by Ramthan. Stubendick or Rancinici now with the ball, bringing it far over to Kylie Newis. Kalia Heyer on the wide with the ball. Over to McConnell, or Caitlin Loomis, sorry. Caitlin Loomis here on the ball, spreads it out wide. Grace Lewis picks it up. She's got some pressure. Oh, nice cut back by Grace. Good ball in. Just a little too high for Rancinici to do anything meaningful with it, and Raiders send that ball out wide. It'll be a goal kick for the Panthers. 2 minutes. Ball into Kalia Heyer. Getting lots of pressure over there. Tough collision there. Kalia maybe ran a little hard through that play. Draws the foul. Be a Stevens Point free kick. It's Ramthan with a little header. Rancinici with a nice high trap there and takedown to control it. Very nice play. Gets it out to Grace Lewis. One minute. Couple subs there, kind of missed who they were. Now down to the final 45 seconds. Looks like Sophia Nault back in the game for the Raiders. Oh, great play by Natalie Ramthen there. That's a really nice play. Sending it up and wide. That's kind of a nice ball. Little bit heavy. It's kind of what you want to do on those through balls. You want to send them at an angle, not straight into the goal area. But this turf makes the ball move really fast. So you also have to get it a little height under that ball. Now down to about 20 seconds. Miss hit by the Raiders there. And here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That's our halftime. Please visit our concession stands for some tasty treats, and we'll see you back in 10 minutes. Here we go into the second half of tonight's regional matchup of the visiting Stevens Point Area High School Panthers in white, playing from left to right on your screen, and the Hudson Raiders in blue, playing from right to left. We're at Hudson Raider Stadium, and the Raiders are leading this match 2-0 with two pretty spectacular header goals by the Raiders in the first half off corner kicks. So pretty exciting scoring plays that you don't often see in high school soccer, as often as you'd like to at least. And Raiders playing well right now. Stevens Point has knocked on the door a few times. They're going to certainly try to get back into this match with a quick goal of some sort here in the first half. The Panthers goalkeeper Alexis Torhorst, junior goalkeeper, has played very well. Probably could easily be 4-0 Raiders if it were not for some really nice saves by Miss Torhorst in the first half. So with that, rain delays and lightning delays aside, we are going to get this match in, it looks like. It's a beautiful sky here in Hudson right now. And really nice play there by Sophia Nault. Gets a little turn and shot that goes off the pipe, but she was offside. Oh, sorry, that's Stubendick, Ellie Stubendick with the nice turn and shot, but her turn was already turned before the ball was there, and she was offsides pretty clearly. Not a lot of controversy in this match, not many calls that anybody's too upset about. Just the way everybody likes it. Stevens Point, long bus ride home after this match, about 3.5 hours probably, and the delay of the game isn't going to help with that, but they have a nice bus. Saw it in the parking lot. It'll be a comfy ride home for them. And a corner kick for the Raiders. They're going to play the two-person game there, and they get the big cross in. It's a nice cross. That's really right where you want it, right outside the letters. But somebody's got to be there, and no one was there for the Raiders, and it trickles all the way through, but Stevens Point put a foot on it, and the Raiders got the throw. Here they are fighting it out again. There's Ransonici right in the middle. She's taking a beating today. Lots of shoulders, lots of kicks, but she's tough. Tillman popping it up and in. Ransonici again on it. Gets over to Olivia Petty, who tries a sneaky little through ball, but put a little too much heat on that ball, and it's going to be a goal kick for Stevens Point. This broadcast here is courtesy of River Channel. I'm joined by John Tangen on the technical side. John, as usual, takes care of just about everything. I just show up and talk. Everything else John does. So and he does it well. And survived the rain delay. And here we are. And if he had more cameras, he could show you how pretty the sky is right now here in Hudson. If you're at home in Hudson, take a minute and go look out your window because it's pretty spectacular. Had a beautiful double rainbow earlier during the rain delay as well. Spectacular colors in the rainbow. If you happen to be a Facebook person, you can look at the Hudson Sidekicks site. I posted a picture of the double rainbow. You might not see the double, but you'll certainly see how vivid the rainbow was. So now back to the match. We got the Raiders continuing to pressure. Stevens Point playing some courageous defense. They're being challenged quite a bit tonight, and giving up only 2 goals is pretty impressive at this point all around. Be a throw in here for the Raiders. Big throw by Tillman. Gets it into Olivia Petty. High bouncer gets around, but there's Maggie McConnell with a nice clear up the field. Little misplay there happens by the Raiders, and the Panthers get the ball. In for the Panthers, number 29, Elena Masala. It's a throw for Stevens Point. Number 13, Lorelei Motquin, a junior midfielder, defender. Oh, a little trip there, unfortunately. So Raiders are going to get a throw. Sometimes even on these perfect fields, you find something that trips you up, unfortunately. Kylie Newis brings it back to Maggie McConnell. Sends a long ball across to Stubendick. Gets her pocket picked a little bit, but she comes back and takes it right back. Good job, Allie. Raiders pop it up. Be a Raiders throw in here. I see we have Grandma Kay and Huntley Lewis here cheering for the Raiders, and Hannah Huntley, good to have you. And Grace Lewis actually. So good to have you tuning in. And Grace is a fun player to watch. So thanks for posting there. Here comes Nevaeh Tillman with a big kick, free kick here, almost like a corner kick. Looks like they're going to pull Nevaeh off the ball and have Olivia Petty take this kick. Ooh, it's a big ball in. Punched out again by Alexis Torhorst. Alexis tends to punch those out rather than catching them, which is certainly 2 trains of thought on those balls, but worked well that time. And the Raiders, Grace Lewis, there she is, takes the ball back for the Raiders, helps reset. Will be a Raiders throw in again. Ooh, that was a kind of a nice play, sneaking it down the end line, but snuck out of bounds on the Raiders, and nothing materialized there. But Stevens Point takes a quick free kick. It's Grace Lewis intercepting it with a header there to keep it far into their territory. And it's going to be another Raiders free kick. Certainly great to have these internet broadcasts for family members all over the country to watch their relatives and friends play. We often have former players watching, all kinds of exciting things as the season moves on. Raiders keep moving it. Riley White with a nice intercepting play, a little bit of a high pass out to Tillman, but she collects it and it just gets away from her. It's going to be a Panthers throw-in. Going for a speed ball. It's a good play, just not enough room for Stevens Point there. And nicely played by Hannah Kendhammer of the Raiders, coming out to pick that ball. If she had not, I think some speed here by the Raiders. Sophia Nault chasing that ball down and harassing it to the point that they're going to get a deep throw in. Sophia Nault going to quickly take that. Gets it to Tillman, who tries to one-touch. Does not hit it good off the left foot, and it pops up, but the Raiders are able to get it back. There's Rancinici resetting. Now with a quick cross by the right. Oh! Not a bad play. Stubendick was there, but that ball just was a little high and a little awkward. So good play by the Raiders. Continuing to make some interesting things happen. Trying to get that all-important 3-goal lead. That's the one that tends to make people a little more comfortable. 2-goal leads can easily become 1-goal leads with a inadvertent penalty kick of some sort or other plays. And so 3 goals is really what you want. Some speed over there, and Raiders catch a foul. That speed factor, Raiders, I think, tried to get a little physical there to stop the speed, and now Stevens Point's going to get a free kick in a dangerous location. This is often treated much like a corner kick, except you just don't have to kick it back, kind of backwards onto the field. So good ball in, but what a play by Petty. Nice header out, Olivia Petty. Big pop in there, a little awkward left-footed shot. Ball was a little probably off balance for that shot, and Hannah Kendhammer picks it up and is going to give it a ride for the Raiders. It's Grace Lewis. Nice setup in the center, trying to distribute it. That ball is angled nicely, but it's a good ball. Raiders going to get a throw in. It's number 22, Natalie Ramthan, entering the game for the Raiders. Raiders reset. Big ball in and quite wide, so it'll be a goal kick for the Panthers. It's number 17, Jocelyn Zabowski, in for the Panthers. Panthers keep controlling it. They're going for a deep ball in there. That one's scrappy, picked up and scored by Rancinici. Scrappy hustle goal by Armana Rancinici. And that's a goal for number 11, Armana Rancinici and your Raiders. And there's that all-important number 3 goal lead for the Raiders. Doesn't necessarily guarantee a win, but it tends to make the leading team a bit more comfortable. It gives them a little breathing room for something weird to happen, like a penalty kick or a strange corner kick goal or things like that. Also creates a little bit of an opportunity for Coach Solon to do some subbing and get some players some regional experience that he may not have done had it stayed closer. But this game is far from over, still 26 minutes left, and a lot can happen in 26 minutes of soccer. So my name's Jeff Ian. I'm the announcer here, and I coached school and traveling level soccer for over 30 years, and can definitely say I've seen 3-goal leads disappear in much less time than 26 minutes. So we'll just keep watching this game. It's been a good one, a fun one. Good play by Sophia Null. Good turn by Grace Lewis, who's trying to thread it up to Rancinici again. Uh-oh, here we go. Ramthen with a good setup and a goal. What a shot by Natalie Ramthen. That was a beautifully placed shot. And the Raiders now take a 4-goal lead. And that's a goal for your Raiders. Number 22, Natalie Ramthen. Number 23, Ava Amelsberg in for the Raiders. So now the Raiders have that much safer buffer of a 4-goal lead here, and see if they can hang on, and also see if Stevens Point can get themselves back into this. They've got some speed. They've had some interesting plays to make some things happen, and just haven't had a lot of opportunities to get that ball squarely on the goal. Now that play by Natalie Ramthen, she played it perfectly. Who is that? I'm trying to see the number. It's number 7, Kaylin Cook in the game for the Raiders. Tillman with a nice takeaway. Oh, nice little misdirected play there and gets it out wide. Stevens Point pushing it up. They get it across the field and out wide. Some speed over there. A little give and go quickly, and nice play there. And again, they're coming through. Long run there. Long play. It is a good play. Woo! Ken Hammer's got some height and some long arms. And that was a nice play. But there you see Stevens Point challenging and making some things happen yet to see if they can change what's going on here a little bit. Comes Grace Lewis. It's a little ahead of the ball, but Olivia Petty somehow gets a foot on it to keep it alive. Ramthen back to Riley White. Over to Kaylin Cook. Stevens Point trying to move that ball around a bit. See what they can do. But Ramthen back to her goal, which was dazzling to me. Was the ball was kind of moving around. She was waiting patiently. A lot of times players will just kind of push themselves up in advance to where the ball is. It's just natural instinct. And she held back, and the ball went kind of right where you want to place it in that situation. And then she was there to just drill that ball home and have a wide open look at the goal. It was really a nice play. So, and a great finish because she just buried it in the lower left corner. Just a nice strike by Natalie Ramthen. All right, we're now at the 20-minute mark of the second half. Some substitutions. In for the Panthers, number 29, Elena Masala. And in for the Raiders, number 5, Caitlin Loomis, and number 9, Britta Holter. Raiders with a lot of underclassmen. They have a solid senior class of about 8, but then they also on their roster right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10 sophomores and 2 freshmen, and then a slew of juniors. So the quality of this team and program is going to be continuing for the next few years for sure. Substitution coming in for the Raiders. See if we can pick up who that is. Number 13, Ava Brown in the game for the Raiders. Foul on the yellow card on the bench, it looks like. That was odd. So, hard takedown. It's for a hard foul. Yeah. I can see it right here. Hang on. Oh, total push. Yeah, she just pushed her over. So it was a pretty solid two-handed push. Ball wasn't in play, and sometimes those emotions at the end of the season come into play. Foul there, called back. Not sure about that either, but ref is trying to keep a little bit of order, which is a smart move. And ball plays on. 2 fouls in the middle of the field, or they rarely amount to anything. So that moved on. Yellow card means player has to leave the game, but they can come right back in. One second. Number 10, Kalia Heyer in the game for the Raiders. So the last goal by the Raiders was Natalie Ramthen. Natalie Ramthen, number 22. You got it. big week here for the Raiders. Similarly likely for Stevens Point, but seniors will be graduating soon all over the country, and Wisconsin certainly. In Hudson here, if the Raiders maintain this 4-goal lead or a lead of some sort, they'll play Friday night here in Hudson against Eau Claire North. And then Saturday night they will graduate and have their all-night party. So some big nights ahead for the Raiders potentially. Number 14, Raina Fort in the game for the Raiders. So Raina is another late season pull-up by Coach Solom. Getting her first, I believe, first varsity action here in the regional playoff matchup. So pretty exciting for Raina, and getting some good under the lights experience here. Number 25, Anna Barden in the game for the Panthers. And number 15, Gracie Nell in for the Raiders. Ball gets through. Kalia Hire just not really expecting it. The Stevens Point fell over a little bit there, and I don't think Kalia was expecting that, and the ball got away, so nothing she could do about that. Hard collision there. Called it on the Raiders. Tough angle maybe for me to see on that one, but that looked almost 50-50. But again, I think the coach or referee wants just to maintain order on the field. Got a little physical for a little bit there. It's a hard collision there one way or another. But either way, foul, and Stevens Point gets the kick. Another free kick here for Stevens Point. Gonna get a kick at about big ball in. Kind of, I think probably surprised the Raider defense. That was a solid ball in, but they were able to get a header on it and clear it. Big ball up. Good hustle there by the Raiders, chasing that down just to see what happens. You always got to do that because you never know. But that was Gracie Nell with that run up the middle. Maggie McConnell in the center of the defense, playing very well, getting that ball out. Ball out wide. Goalkeeper Alexis Torhorst with another pickup. Despite a 4-goal game, Alexis has played quite a good game in goal for the Panthers. Basically, all 4 Raider goals were pretty tough goals that most goalkeepers were not going to stop. So she stopped a lot of other tough shots tonight as well. So hats off to Alexis. Nice left-footed cross in. Gracie Nell with a quick turn, and another nice save there by Alexis Torhorst, laying her body out and making the save. Nice play. Now down to about 13 minutes. In for the Panthers, number 1, Taslima Keefe. Number 7, Yasmin Jaimes Patino. And number 10, Camille Schoenberg. Raiders collecting it back and again going on the attack, but a nice little takeaway there by Stevens Point. Nice little move there. It's Amelia Castleberg. Some nice ball movement there. They get it out wide. They're going to try to use some speed. There's some speed out there, and she cuts it back in, sets up. They take a long shot, big blast, really nice shot by Amelia Castleberg, but tagged that just a little bit high and went about a foot over the crossbar, but a nice, it was a heck of a strike from about 25 yards out. So, again, Stevens Point not going quietly and trying to make something happen here, despite being down 4-0 with about 11 minutes left in the match. And the Raiders coming too. Their players want to keep, would like to put a goal on the board themselves. Got a substitute here. Number 20, Ava Stoll. That's number 20, Ava Stoll in the game for the Raiders. Ava is a freshman, brought up again for a playoff run by Coach Solom. So definitely exciting for a freshman to get into a game like this under the lights. Tillman with a nice left-footed cross there. Nobody really home, though, for the Raiders, unfortunately. There's a lot of space to cover, and no one was in that space. There's Stoll getting some action right off the bat. And that'll be a goal kick for the Panthers. We're now at the 10-minute mark left in the match. Raiders continue to lead 4-0. 11 shots on goal for the Raiders to 2 for Stevens Point. Ball movement around here for the Raiders is going to be a throw-in for the Raiders and a substitution. Looks like we have an injured player. Number 13, Lorelei Motquin for the Panthers. Something maybe with her knee or leg. Seems to be in a little bit of pain. So we hope that's minor and goes away quickly. Panthers brought their own athletic trainer on this match. So he was quickly out there to help examining it. They're going to help her up, the coach and the trainer. She is walking on her own power, so And working hard to get something on the board here if they can in the last few minutes. Big hustle there out of Teslima. Keefe, but not in time. No. Number 2, Allison Warzella in the game for the Panthers. And for the Raiders, number 15, Gracie Nell. Big clear there by Britta Holter. Pretty good clear, trying to get it up into the offensive zone, but just a little out of reach. Raiders working it hard up the middle here at the end. Kaylin Loomis with a nice turn on the ball there and advancement. Nevaeh Tillman taking that ball and bringing it back to Britta Holter. He's going to carry it over and set up. Gets that ball. Tries to sneak it through, but picked off by the Panthers. And we'll have a corner kick for the Panthers. Here with about 5 minutes left. These can always be interesting. It's going to allow some subs on a corner kick. Yeah, some confusion there on the subs, but now we're set and big ball in. Sneaks through. Well, there was a chance there, but nobody home for Stevens Point. A lot of Raiders defense there, too. They want to hang on to this shutout if they can. Now down to about 4 minutes in the match. Pretty good strike there, but tough angle to sneak one in on Hannah Kendhammer there. Kind of hits the post and bounces out of bounds. I think Hannah was probably there, but that was a sneaky play. Sometimes you can sneak those through, and but not this time. Hannah Kendhammer lining up to take the free kick. Big ball up by Kendhammer. Clea Heyer with a nice take on that ball. Tries to send it wide, which is a nice play. Bounced over the head of the defender, and come the Raiders with a chance. Nice cross in. Whoo! Oh, there's a goal for the Raiders. I am not. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to watch the replay. I didn't ever see the number. Still can't see who scored it. God darn it. Couldn't see who scored that goal, unfortunately. Wonder if Maya Stubendick knows who scored it. Looks like we have a PK here for the Raiders. Caitlin Loomis setting up to take it. Must have been a trip in the box. I was trying to see who scored the last goal for the Raiders, but missed it. Oh, Maggie Salama scored that goal. Oh. Scoring that 5th goal for the Raiders, Maggie Salama. Yes. Thank Maya Stubendick. She's my eyes in the 2 minutes. Exciting goal for Maggie Salama, getting into the game in the last 5-10 minutes there or so, and scoring a very nice goal on that. I was just disappointed. It kind of was an angle that I could not see the number, and but exciting for Maggie. I know coached her brother Liam for many years, and always enjoy seeing a Salama scoring a goal. So exciting for the Raiders. They take a 5-0 lead now with about a minute left in the match, and are going to lock up this first round victory in the regionals and play Eau Claire North on Friday at 7 p.m. here at Hudson Stadium. Should be broadcast here by the River Channel again. 1 minute. Raiders keeping the pressure on. Kind of snuck through a blast there somehow, and nicely handled by Alexis Torhorst. And Raiders sent their penalty kick a little bit earlier, a little high on the goal, unfortunately. And but this game is well in hand, obviously, with 30 seconds left. The Panthers played tough. They played hard the whole game. Their goalkeeper kept them in for a good portion of this match, and they worked hard and have nothing to be ashamed of with this as the end of their season. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out for tonight's match. I'd like to thank our players for a hard-fought game, our coaches. Thank you to our officials. Thanks to all our friends who are collecting the balls around the field. You did a great job. Parents and fans, thanks for coming. Everybody drive carefully. Raiders' next match will be Friday at 7 p.m. here against Eau Claire North. Have a great night.